Okay, our next skill is how to solve a matrix. Okay, equation. Matrix means you have matrices. So before we learn how to solve a matrix equation, let's remember from Algebra 1, maybe even 6th or 7th grade, how do you solve x plus 2 equals 7? What do you do? Move the 2 over. And how do you move the 2 over? You subtract 2, right? And then 2 and minus 2 are additive inverses, which means to cancel out, right? So now x equals 5, right? Because 5 plus is 7. In Algebra 1, we start you off with 1 steps, and we go to 2 steps, and then we go to 3 steps, and then multi-step. We're going to do the same thing with matrices. Okay? So here, how would you solve 2 minus x equals 7? Subtract 2. And those are additive inverses. So you get negative x. A lot of people forget about that negative sign coming down. 7 minus 2 is 5. Divide by 1. Divide by 1, we'll get the same thing. Negative 1. Or another way I like to think about it is if negative x equals 5, positive x would be the opposite of 5. So x equals negative 5. Right? So 2 minus negative 5 means 2 plus 5, which is 7. So how would you do the same thing with a matrix equation? So I have a matrix B, matrix C. They give me the formula that A minus B equals C, and they want me to solve for A. So more than likely, first thing I need to do is plug in what I know. So I don't know A, right? I'm going to put down A. But I know what B is. B is 1, 6, negative 1, 2, 6, 1, negative 1, negative 2, 4, right? So A minus that equals, do we know what C is? C is this one, right? So I'm trying to solve for matrix A. Matrix A is going to be a 3 by 3. I already know, because when you're adding and subtracting, matrices have to be the same dimensions. So how can I get A by itself if it's A minus this matrix equals the other matrix? Subtract? Don't you do the opposite? So wouldn't you add? So wouldn't you add this matrix to both sides? I'm sorry, what? A lot of space? Yeah, it just takes up space, but it's easy. Now these are called opposite matrices, or well, I wouldn't call them opposite matrices, but when you add them, they cancel out, right? You understand that? Because the opposite of negative is plus, so they cross off. Just like here, when you have 2 minus 2, those cross off because they make the 0 matrix, right? And so you're left with A equals whatever 2 plus 1 is, 3, right? Negative 1 plus 2, 1, 2 plus negative 1, 1, 0 plus 6, 6, negative 3 plus 6, 3, 3 plus negative 2, 1, 0 plus negative 1, negative 1, 6 plus 1, 7, negative 1 plus 4, 3. So in other words, if I were to put this matrix right here, and I did 3 minus 1, wouldn't that be 2? If I put this matrix right here and plugged it in? 3 minus 1 is 2. 6 minus 6 is 0. Negative 1 minus negative 1 is 0. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 3 minus 6, negative 3. 7 minus 1, 6, and so on, right? So that is the matrix I would put here so that when I subtract them, I get that matrix.